Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. I am your host, Sean Hayes, and we are on episode 341. It is November 22nd, 2025, and we're here to bring you the latest and greatest gaming news of the past week. So a bit of a light news week. So this will be a little bit of a shorter episode. I really tried to scrounge up some news topics. And there just was not a lot, despite the fact that the Golden Joystick Awards happened. Not a lot of talk about them. So, I mean, I did see that Jennifer English won best voice actor performance for Expedition 33. So that's very exciting. Especially since it was Samantha Bayard was the presenter for that category. So for those who don't know, Jennifer English voiced Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3. Samantha Bayard voices Karlach. So they worked extensively together for that. And, do all sorts of still doing promotional stuff for Baldur's Gate 3. They, the two of them, Neil, Devra, Aliona, Theo, they all do all sorts of, and Tim, they do still going to conventions and meeting fans and stuff for that. So yeah, not a whole lot going on, right before Thanksgiving, here in the States. I expect next week might also be a light news week. So we will keep an eye out. If it turns out to be a light news week next week, we may not do an episode. So just a forewarning on that. But why don't we get right into the few news topics for this week? So first up, probably the biggest piece of news, Darrington Press announced that a new expansion for Daggerheart, a new book titled Hope and Fear, is coming summer 2026. So this will be the first expansion of the game. It will feature 4 new campaign frames, including a sort of like a gothic action horror campaign frame. A West Marches Hexcrawl style campaign frame, a campaign frame heavily inspired by Sleeping Beauty, where the players and the GM collaboratively develop the big bad. And then I didn't have information on the 4th one, but I remember those 3 in particular. Oh, you know what? Actually, can probably saved a photo of it. Oh, Magical School. So Magical School style campaign frame. So in addition to those, there will be all of the stuff from what do they call it? The Void, their playtest realm. So all of the transformations, the assassin class, the brawler class, the warlock and witch classes, the 6 communities that were being play tested, the 6 ancestries that were being play tested, transformation cards, if I didn't, dread domain, all that stuff is going to be in the book. There's also going to be like 163 new adversaries. Very exciting. I'm in particular excited to see how a West Marches Hexcrawl style campaign frame works. Looks like Jeremy Crawford might be the lead designer on that one. So, very excited to see what comes of that. My group has been playing Daggerheart, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. There's a couple things that we like, very minor things that we needed to kind of put like a little bit of house rules in, just from like running combats. Seems like minions are a little uneven. They're supposed to be underpowered because you're supposed to just use a lot of them, but it seems like they're a bit too underpowered, so that like they just don't even matter. So just like giving them a little bit of an attack bump. But it like stuff like that, like very minor things. And in particular, I have two players playing. I have a player playing a Brawler and a player playing a Warlock. So having official cards will be quite nice. So very much looking forward to that. And there's a deluxe edition, so you can do. I guess pre-orders are open now. You can do a deluxe edition, which will come with a GM screen and various trackers. There's also the standard edition, which will be the book and the box of cards. They're also doing like tearaway sheets for adversaries, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be pre-ordering it. I may just wait for it to come out and for it to be available at my local game store. So yeah. Yeah, new expansions are always exciting for a new game. So happy to see what comes of this. I'm most excited. The Sleeping Beauty inspired one is like Curse of the Weird Dragon or something like that, titled something like that. And the artwork, I legitimately thought that they like had a tie-in with Disney. It's very Disney's Sleeping Beauty, to the point that I'm almost like, that the artwork's a little close there, guys. Very, very like end of the movie. In like the color scheme, the art style. So yeah. I hope they don't fly a little too close to the sun. Oh, all right. So next up, Gamesindustry.biz reports that Epic Games is partnering with Unity to allow developers to publish Unity titles in Fortnite. Additionally, Unity will bring Unreal Engine support to its own platform. I don't quite know how publishing titles in Fortnite works, like if it just treats Fortnite as a launcher. Because it's been a while since I have opened that game. And because like it's very clear in Fortnite, not in the Epic Game Store. So yeah, I don't know if it's just using Fortnite as like BattleNet. Except that doesn't make any sense to me, because like that's what the Epic Game Store already does. So, or I don't know if it's to do like, I don't know if you can publish other game modes. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what comes of this. But yeah, they seem to be pushing like we want to play nicely with other development platforms. But yeah, I mean, if I recall, I don't know if Unity ever bounced back from its fee restructuring. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what comes of this. But I mean, engines working together, I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing of reducing barriers to entry for the industry. But it just seems weird. Like, and again, if if it turns out that Fortnite just like acts as a launcher of its own, then this is much less confusing. It just seems like that you would then have a launcher within a launcher, which seems bizarre to me. But who knows? I mean, this is similar to something that like Disney's doing too. Like Disney sank a bunch of money into Epic to do like like using Fortnite as a platform for its own stuff. So that's why I don't know if like this is a similar thing, but allowing Unity in there. So we'll have to see what comes of this partnership. Next up, Game Informer reports that Nintendo has officially. So after there was like some leaks, like some people were able to take photos of like the set and filming of the Legend of Zelda movie. Nintendo has decided to officially share some photos from the upcoming film, slated to release May 2027. So they are filming in New Zealand, which is just, gorgeous. Lends itself very well to fantasy films. It just seems New Zealand just seems to be a magical place. But so far wardrobe looks pretty good. We still have Link has not had a hat on yet from the photos that we've seen, and I hope they do a hat. Of course, the big thing is to like make Link's hat actually look good in real life, because like it looks good when you do it in like a game engine. It's really hard to make it look good with like real life physics. So, but yeah, notably, so Zelda seems to be wearing an outfit more in line with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, whereas Link is wearing a more Twilight Princess inspired outfit, which I'm all about. I loved that outfit. Like that version of Link, I think, has the most interesting design choice. So in the photo we can see Zelda's got a bow and arrows, so doing an archer sort of getup. Pretty good so far. And I will say the ear prosthetics look great. So they do give them the elf ears. They look great. They don't look goofy at all. So yeah, I'm going to remain cautiously optimistic on this one. But so far, at least the costuming looks good. And finally, our last bit of news. Nintendo Life reports that Bitmap Soft has opened pre-orders for its latest title, Lightseeker, which will release for Game Boy Color. Yes, you heard it right, folks. Game Boy Color. It will have a physical release, which is available for £50, I believe. Or it might be €50. I did not check the currency symbol closely enough. Or no, it's £50 because it's a UK-based studio. So yeah, this is apparently what Bitmap Soft is known for, is they make new releases for Game Boy Color. There will also be a digital version that sounds like you'll be able to play on Switch and Switch 2. But yeah, man, I love that companies are doing this, that they are releasing physical cartridges for old consoles. And I know this has been a topic a couple times on the past couple of issues or past couple of episodes of Geeks with Issues. Sadly, I have not been in those episodes, but I know for a fact that it has been a topic of conversation. This is just it's great. There's something I love the feel of old cartridges. And as far as the gameplay goes, it's like a roguelike, which we didn't see a lot of. Like I would consider that a modern genre. So we didn't really see a lot of them during the Game Boy Color's heyday. So it is gameplay seems to be that you are a warrior who is trying to get to the bottom of this dungeon, and you defeat monsters to get rations, and it's how long your armor holds out, and you're constantly upgrading your weapons as you go. And like at some point, you will perish, and thus like have to do a new run, but you unlock stuff as you go. So like it's got a roguelike formula to it. But it's almost like a little bit of mix of not quite Diablo, but it's like a dungeon crawl roguelike. So yeah, I'm intrigued. Definitely. But you know, I will probably not pick it up myself, but I would love to see gameplay when it finally releases. So I find that very exciting. Is all. Definitely the weirdest bit of news this week. And that is going to be it for this week, folks. Like I said, it was a very light news week. And a lot of the topics, you know, not controversial topics, so there's not really a lot to go into for it. So we are going to wrap things up and call it a day. So if you would like to see more content from 8-Bit Adventures, be sure to check out 8bitadventures.com. If you want to help support that content, you can check out patreon.com/8bitadventures. We do have a Patreon. You can support for as little as $1 a month. And it's by month and not by episode. So, you know, essentially, it's like you're paying $0.25 an episode. Just throwing that out there. Big shout out and thank you to all of my current patrons. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for keeping the lights on. And our opening theme is One Up by Professor Shy Guy. You can find his work over at professorshyguy.bandcamp.com. So with that, we're going to wrap things up here. So hope everyone, if you're listening in the United States, that you have a happy Thanksgiving. And as always, have fun, happy gaming, and enjoy your pie cake.